And then...
This is a very official meeting.
Yes, very.
Okay.
Super official.
Hey, are you mental?
Yeah.
Do you have depression? You crazy?
Well, everybody who is alive has a health. We're not really have good health.
Right. Ready?
La 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 la.
Yes. Always spit your gum out. No.
She sells down by the seashore.
There it is.
Oh, professional. By the way, we are recording.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Disco Ball Discourse.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you for joining us for this episode. As you can see, we've done different episodes on a lot of different topics, and we like to do things that are interesting to us, hopefully interesting to you. And tonight, we have something, I guess, a little different, but don't be surprised. It's what we always do. We throw something different at you. And tonight, we would like to talk about...
a healthy mental health.
Yes. And guess who this applies to?
Well, everybody.
This is for people who are taking on their daily tasks, their daily life, all the things that come at you, and you're thinking, I would love to be in a better place. And a lot of that starts with your mental health.
Yeah. And usually the reason why you're not in a good mental health is because of something that has happened or something that you have told yourself, such as, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve happiness, I'm worthless. Those ain't good for you.
No, and here's the thing. When we were talking about topics and discussion, we were thinking what's something that we're passionate about, and it can go anywhere from, me roller skates and you eating a steak. I don't know.
Steaks and guns. Texas. Yes. Woo!
Right. And so then we were like, you know what? Let's discuss something that's really important, something that's really helpful, and not because we're experts by any means.
No. Definitely not experts now. I've mentioned in a previous podcast, I am in the works of becoming a life coach, so I'll be getting certified and getting a lot more training, but there's some natural talents that everybody has, and through the past, I've kind of done it naturally and casually to friends and family. I generally like helping people.
Well, and me included, because I didn't know that that's what this relationship would come with, but I'm really glad that it has.
Free life coaching.
All you have to do is make him some kind of okay eggs and don't burn the toast too much.
Well,
and the life coaching comes with it.
If you want to be a happy and good person, you're going to have a good mental health. There's psychopaths out there, in all honesty, that are not mentally healthy but are happy. And there's good people out there that are not happy. There's kind of a fine balance of mental health there. Whenever you have the mental fortitude to deal with all the little stuff that gets thrown at you, and you can stay confident and happy, you will be a much more mentally healthy person. You don't get to just have a perfect life. The things that you see online are not usually what they seem. Those influencers and podcasters.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm perfectly put together all the time.
Yes. A lot of people are under the false pretense that, they're just perfect and I'm just worthless. For one, it's not what you see. And for two, you're not worthless. You do mean something to somebody. But whenever you feel worthless, you're not going to know anybody who would even miss you. There's a thing that Tony Robbins does. He says, look around the room and find everything that's brown. You look around, you look around, you look around. Okay, now close your eyes and tell me everything that you saw that's red. And you're like, oh crap, wait a second. I was looking for brown, not for red. So he says, okay, open up your eyes now. Look around and tell me everything that you see is red. And all of a sudden, there's so much red stuff everywhere. There's red stuff. And he says, think about that with life. Whenever you're looking for crap, not his exact words, but crap, you're just going to find crap. But whenever you're looking for something good, you'll find what's good. And he says also, what did you tell yourself was red whenever it was actually burgundy? You kind of We're trying to make that red just so that you could feel accomplished and technically right. That's red, this is red, that's red. Whenever you're looking for good, you'll all of a sudden start finding good. Some people, it comes naturally to be able to just, oh, I'm mentally strong, I'm going to deal with the crap and just get through life, but I'm all right. I know everything's going to be okay.
It's actually funny because I, in the past, would have thought of myself as that person and thought, I'm resilient, I can just roll with things, life's not perfect, and let's keep doing that. And then sometimes there are life events that really knock you to your knees, and you will have to practice and exercise taking care of your mental health because you didn't even know you could get that low. And so, yes, I agree. And I really feel like at different times in my life, I've been that strong person and I'm good and I don't need this and I don't need that and I can do this. And sometimes life will do it to you.
You do what you believe. And if you believe you're worthless, you're going to be worthless. If you believe that you're amazing, if you believe that you are a good person, if you believe you're a strong person, you will become that. Going from a bad mental state of I'm worthless, I can't, nobody loves me, nobody likes me, to hey, I'm important is not easy. Comfort kills. If you want to be good and you're bad, you're going to have to change. Change is not comfortable. So that's something to remember whenever it comes to trying to better your mental health. It's not comfortable, it's not great, but the end result is worth it.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and jump in here and say, I really thought as we were putting this together, he's made notes, I've made notes, we've kind of talked about it a little today, that I was going to walk in and be like, I'm so happy to bring all of these people this information, and everything's hitting me really hard.
Well, you've been through a lot, and I'm sure as I start saying these things, with some of the conversations that we've had, it's hit home. But that's what I'm saying. Now, just to clarify for you that wasn't there, I wasn't sitting here and picking on her or anything like that. It was getting you out of your comfort zone of...
No, in a good way.
Yes.
No, it's what I needed.
Yes.
It's so hard because I could feel it. I could feel the uncomfortable. The waves were coming at me. And I was like, but you have to. You have to face these things. You have to hear some things and accept it. And like you said, he wasn't coming at me with anything. Most of what I was coming to hear were questions that he was asking me. It wasn't, hey, guess what, you dum-dum, you need to change. You're being so this and that.
How dare you be sad?
No, it was, so listening to him go over what he's saying, I'm reliving every bit of myself going through this. And most recently, over this, and I didn't expect that. I was like, let's smile and let's give people the information and be like, yeah, me too. One time I was like kind of sad. My hair didn't do a thing. So whatever. And you know what? That's not what this is. We're not newscasters. We're not professional anything. This is real. This is coming from a real place of somewhere we've had to deal with things and heal what we want for everyone around us that we care about. And even if we don't know them, like this is what we want for other people because life's hard.
I'm not sure about you, but I want good people to have good mental health. Mm-hmm. If you are a crappy person, don't watch the podcast.
Yeah, they wouldn't have watched it anyway. Yeah, totally.
If you're just mean and bitter and hateful for no reason, just because you like it, you're good.
No, actually watch this and then be like, those guys. And then hopefully we're planting a tiny little seed of you could be better.
Well, everybody could be better. And if they are at the point where I was saying they're happy to be bitter and hateful, if they're, oh God, I never used to be this angry with people. I never used to be this short-tempered and all of that. I wonder it's your mental health. And that's where I would be so happy to help somebody like that. But if they are, oh, I'm a bad guy, I'm going to burn the orphanage.
Well, what year is it? I just thought of somebody just in the bushes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like if you want to change the way you eat or not do drugs or alcohol or whatever, you can have everything put in front of you. You can have all the tools at your ready. But if you're not ready to do anything about it, then it's not going to happen. It won't be time. And so even taking control of your mental health, which is really is a take control of it in the most uncomfortable ways sometimes, you're not going to be ready. And so hopefully this is a seed or your first step or, just understanding yourself.
What is mental health?
Okay, I'm really glad we get to talk about this because that's such a broad term when
Yeah.
you think about it. Mental health is your emotional well-being, which is managing your feelings and handling stress, which we all have. Psychological well-being, which is cognitive function and sense of purpose. Also, it's your social well-being, which is relating to others and building connections. And I just kind of want to go over those in my own words because managing feelings and handling stress, everyone's going to be faced with challenges. Nobody's exempt in this world. Everything is not going to go as you planned or expected. And it's all about the way you take it when it comes to you. So that is part of your mental health. If you're in a better place and you're healthier, you're able to deal with that a little bit better. Not perfect, not anything, just better. Your psychological well-being, when it talked about cognitive function and your sense of purpose, I really sat back to think about that one for a second. And I had to remember back to the time when I was going through the worst of my sadness and depression and anxiety. And I'm telling you, I had to still function, get up in the morning, go to a job and remember all of the practices and the lunches and all of the things. I had severe brain fog for such a long time that I would apologize, like at work or being with other people trying to listen to them because my mind was so overtaken. So not having good mental health and being in a really bad place can literally affect your cognitive function. And I was like, wow, I never even saw it that way. I was like, thank you, Google, for helping me out, like just putting it in words that I didn't understand and something that I probably wouldn't have thought to bring up or recognize.
Yeah, I mean, whenever a lot of stuff is happening to you in the moment, it's hard to realize what's happening, especially with
Put a name to
emotions.
it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to have seen the words put down because you can be highly affected and affects your job and your pay. And what if they let you go? And what if your kids tell you something really important you're not supposed to forget and you forget it? And it's really kind of beyond you because you're not processing things in a proper way because you have bad mental health.
Yeah.
That's very real.
Well, that's kind of, you go into work, you feel like crap, you feel worthless. Well, you're just sitting there at your desk going, I'm worthless, I can't do this, I can't do anything right, I'm going to get fired, this is terrible. As you sit there and do nothing.
Your sense of purpose, if it's so damaged, even you're floating through things is not going to work out. You need to have a good grip on what you're doing here. Are we just getting up to make money and survive? Yeah, some days it's like that. But if you have a broader view of what your sense of purpose is, you have much better mental health.
I think everybody thinks that their purpose is something massive. Your purpose could literally just be taking care of your kids, in all honesty. And then once those kids are gone, your purpose changes. It doesn't mean that your purpose is ended. Oh, you've served your purpose, you're worthless now. No, your purpose could be, oh, I'm the person that turns on the lights at night. That's your purpose. If you feel fulfilled in it, I really think that's the thing that a lot of people don't feel fulfilled in their purpose.
Absolutely. Doing things, doing your job in life, whatever your task is out and you're doing it well, you could still have a longing in your sense of purpose. And so then you're doing things, but you're not internally fulfilled. And that definitely can affect your mental health. You feel like you're just spinning your wheels.
Yep.
So I do agree with that.
You're not up to your full potential.
Right. And I'm sure this is hitting home with a lot of people. I mean, you look at people from the outside and you think, oh, look at them. They're doing their thing. They have their own business. They've got it together. They could go to bed at night feeling completely empty.
And be actually amazing people doing so much stuff, intelligent, waking up early, staying up late, helping out everybody they can, doing just astounding things to other people, but to themselves, I could have done more. I could have done this better. I did miss doing that. I forgot to do that. I need to do better.
I feel attacked.
I feel targeted.
I do. Even when you were talking about what if your purpose is to take care of your kids, and then I was just, I mean, I swear, like, why are you just looking at me and doing like this is what it feels like. You know what? But I think it's because it represents me, of course, but I think it represents so many people, and it's not a thing that's easy to talk about.
Well, I was talking about mothers in general. I think that being a good mother, and this is saying a good mother, not just a mother. I'm not going to sit here and give everybody a pass. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a good mother. The mother who wakes up and dedicates their life to making sure that their child has the best upbringing possible. I think that is such an undermined purpose that I think a lot of moms that are racking their brains, I'm not good enough, I didn't do this good enough, they didn't read enough books, I didn't feed them the best meal possible. I don't think they realize that you worrying that you didn't do good enough means you're a good mom. Some moms don't care. Oh, he's alive.
Some days it's like that.
Well, I mean, that's looking at it emotionally draining. But I'm saying, oh, it's Saturday night. Hey, I put the pizza in. I'm going to go party. I'll be back sometime.
I forgot to turn off the oven.
Yeah, just do whatever. Just don't die. And they leave. There's that kind of mom, and I'm not giving you a pass like, oh, that's my purpose. I'm a mom. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the general, actually good moms who are getting after it every day and just a lot of times surviving to an extent, but just through sheer will and sometimes stubbornness.
All of it. Yeah, exactly. Put together. And of course, he's, saying this and looking at me, or I'm looking at him, and, mom guilt is a term that's very real because it exists, and it's like you just can't do it good enough.
Yeah.
I really feel like this covers so many people when you say this, because of course, being a mom myself, being around tons and tons of moms and other people, like, this is kind of why we would get together and have our little let's have dinner or dessert and spend this time together. And these are the things we would sit and talk about, because we would feel so, I'm not doing enough. This is really hard. Let's just eat this cake and cry about it and then show cute pictures of our kids. I mean, that's really what we would do. We would kind of go to decompress.
And then sit here and talk about how good their kids are.
Oh, yeah. And then be like, because we could have showed up to meet and be so mad at one or two or all of them.
Yeah.
And then be like, but then they were just, and then they just, the way they just like, were sleeping on the couch, and it was so cute. And I'm telling you, I don't care what kind of terror your kid has been from toddler to teenager. You see that kid sleeping? Oh, I'm going to totally cry. They're just the most beautiful, innocent little angels. Period.
Maybe this popped up on your algorithm or news feed, however you're seeing this. Maybe it was meant for you to watch.
And maybe some people are sitting here going, oh my gosh, this is exactly how I feel. This is exactly that voice in my head telling me I'm not good enough. I'm all of these things. And maybe it isn't. And maybe it's on a totally different level. What, from reading about this and everything, mental health and your wellness comes at all sorts of different levels, from severe depression and anxiety to, I'm not sure I know what my purpose is. And it's okay. Everything in between. And there's ways that we wanted to talk about tonight besides just going, oh man, isn't this terrible? And let's just circle the drain and get all the way down there. And no, of course not. We actually have to have, because we're human beings, put a lot of things into practice for ourselves that we do want to share and talk about, and things that we hope that other people can put into practice. Because sometimes it's like, well, I can't afford medication and to see a therapist full time. I've got enough stuff going on. Like, this is too hard.
You're just getting a little uncomfortable. You're going in the right direction. I'm not saying, oh, wake up and tell yourself something good in the morning. It's just all of a sudden going to make you so happy.
He did that to me. And I was like, okay, bye, hurry up and leave. And then I'd be like about to punch the mirror, like, I'm supposed to talk to her? I'm supposed to tell her something good? Even though I feel like I'm such a loving, caring person, when it came to looking myself in the mirror and saying, "You're going to say a good thing about yourself," I was like,
Make
no.
me. Make
Yeah.
me.
It was so tough. And he's right. The uncomfortable, the really exploring yourself, your mind, your well being, and having to do something about it is going to be hard.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
so I've got some of the first steps here, and we're going to kind of back and forth on this.
Yeah.
But one that I have here is having self-awareness. This is what is suggested on several mental health websites. Ooh, that was hard to say. Is just having the self-awareness. You're going to notice that you have a shift in your habits, that in your mood or in your daily function. So it could be something huge and it could be something minor where you're like, something's changed, not in a good way, and it's a little off. You becoming self-aware of what's going on, it really is the first step, saying, my mental health isn't so good right now.
I'm not saying you're mental or you actually have a problem, but becoming aware of the negativity.
Even if it's the tiniest things, like, man, I'm sure snappy at everybody, and it's not just because I didn't, have a good day or whatever. I mean, just kind of the constant, the over and over, and just seeing things change and maybe not liking those things about yourself, and going, hey, I need to really look in the mirror. Maybe I've got a problem.
Well, and that's why I say a happy, good person needs a good mental health. If you're just a bad person and you don't care about your mental health, you don't need mental health because you hate everybody and you hate everything.
So this is for people who have the self-awareness to recognize there's something going on, for sure. So I'm just going to kind of go down my list here.
Okay.
So some of the things that you can do, and this is actually funny because I was like, okay, yeah, checklist. This is so hard for me. Allow yourself to have relaxing activities.
Ooh, actually giving yourself peace. So what happens with a lot of people, and I think I've told you this, is whenever people relax, they feel like they're doing nothing.
Yes.
And doing nothing is a bad thing.
Yes.
But here's the deal. Do nothing.
Even if you're like a type A personality and you have to schedule everything in, this is part of your mental health. To schedule in this, this is what I'm doing right now. And I've allowed this because my body's going to rest. I'm going to slow my mind. I'm going to spend time with my partner, myself, or whatever it is. And you are actually healing yourself by allowing those activities.
It's kind of like whenever you go to the gym and then you need recovery. Well, doing everything all day, paying bills, doing TikTok, going to the job, doing everything that the job has, having a social life, dealing with, family, all of this stuff is you're doing a mental workout the whole time, juggling. What's your password to this? What's your PIN to that? Did I put gas in the car? Do we have milk?
That would throw me over the edge. What's your password? I don't know. I don't ever know. So yes, it sounds like a funny thing, but scheduling in your time to have your relaxing activities, whatever that is very important.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
We can sit here and spend 5 hours on our phones doom scrolling and then be like, God, I didn't do anything. I feel terrible. My mental health is just not feeling good after that. Well, we didn't tell ourselves this is what we're doing.
Right.
We usually, I need to get
it.
off my phone. Yeah. Oh, it's already been 2 hours. Just keep going. Whenever you can literally stop yourself and say, okay, for 1 hour, I'm going to screw around. I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to be goofy, whatever. I'm going to be worthless for the next hour. But after that, I'm going to go do all of this. You do that.
You give yourself the allowance.
Oh, and it's so good.
No, it is. And it's fine to say that that's all you did for an hour. Whatever.
Yeah. You scheduled it in.
Yeah. It's fine. I totally agree with that. You know what? So even with what we're talking about here, the next thing on my list is to set small goals. If you need that relaxing time to set your TikTok hour, do that. And not just in the relaxing way, but anything that you do, if you are setting small goals for yourself, you can kind of have this little mental checklist of I did this. I did this. I did this. I mean, we do that down to I'm going to load the dishwasher and you throw in a load of laundry.
Yeah, whenever I get home tonight, I'm going to do this, but small, achievable goals.
And then recognize yourself for it.
Yeah.
I did that.
That's one thing on my deal is to give yourself gratitude. Be happy with it. Could be something very small, but if you feel good about it, tell yourself, good job.
I did that.
You did that. That's right.
You know what? It's such a delicate balance in my own head, whether you can be like, I'm proud of myself because I did that, or, oh, you're so full of yourself just because you did that. People do that every day. That negative side of my brain really wants to do that and be like, oh, you think you're so special because you swept the front porch.
Yeah, there's a difference between being humble and being a jerk to yourself.
Yes. And I think I was a jerk. Get enough sleep.
No, that's a lie.
No, I'm telling you, I promise I will go pull up my sources. It says get enough sleep. And I was like, okay, first of all, I love sleeping. But I will tell you, in the period of time, these past couple of years where I've had the most terrible, awful sleep of my life, it affected me. It affected my mood. It affected the way I looked at everything. It affected the way I got through my day. And man, sleep's important.
It is. And quality sleep, not just quantity sleep. Quality sleep.
I'll take all the sleep I can get.
Good, bad, or the ugly. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care if I'm sleeping in my clothes. I don't care if I'm... Now, I will tell you, elite sleep. What did we figure out? Double blanket.
Double blanket.
Double blanket.
Whenever it's cold and you've got a double blanket going on, oh.
Yes. Love them. Okay, here's another thing. And I think this has a lot to do with anxiety and depression that is suggested to do. And I thought this was really important, especially in 2026. Connect with people in person.
Ooh, have a social life. Yes.
Yes. And it doesn't mean you have to have all sorts of book clubs and this, that, and the other, which is good if you do. What I was reading was saying, do not depend on all of your social interactions with other people to be in text, phone calls, or online. There's something that's missing from actual connection and eye contact with real people.
We've got something going on with this. So whenever we're around each other, just like whenever you walk into a room and you can feel the tension. You can't feel the tension. It's not scratchy, but you know it's there. You can feel something there. That is the same thing whenever it comes to just being around people, talking to someone in person you're not yelling at each other from across a river or something, but you're having a conversation. You can just feel that something is happening.
There's something
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, a person-to-person connection. And I'll even say that on not a really deep level. I really like the job that I do because I do have a lot of alone time to get my work done, but I love connecting with my customers. Mm-hmm. So did you want to do something off your list? Because I will outlist you any day of the week here.
Well, some of mine you kind of already said. I'm going to rephrase it just a little bit.
Okay.
But you said gratitude. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say love. I'm going to say love beats hate. Now, it's loving yourself, not hating yourself.
I have issues with this one.
Now, here's just kind of a small mindset thing that I'm talking about. And I'm not saying be egotistical. I'm not saying be vain, anything like that. Keep yourself humble. But instead of saying something to the effect of, I can't do this, tell yourself, I'm going to try to do this. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, say, I can do better. So whenever you try something and you fail, okay, instead of saying, I can't do this, this is my first time and I can only get better. That mentality of keeping yourself in check of reality. I'm not saying because you sing in the shower, go be on America's Got Talent and think that you're going to win. But if you want to become a good singer, practice singing. If you're scared of going on stage, go talk to just a small classroom type thing. That step in the right direction of the mental shift of, oh, I'm never going to be able to do this. There's just so much versus, man, there's a lot of stuff. I better start somewhere.
Here's another one where I feel like I'm being so targeted because loving yourself, like you said, I'll go talk to grocery store lady and oh my gosh, you deserve the world. You're so great. You're wonderful. Look at you. You're accomplishing things. Hey, say that to yourself.
Why?
Stop looking at me.
It's not
Don't
about
worry
me.
about me.
It's about you. And that's one thing that kind of and I think this hits on the mental health side of things. Be the best you. The best you is going to be the best mom, the best employee, the best friend, the best family member, the best customer, the best employee. The best you is going to be the best of all of them. So stopping for a little bit and making sure that you're okay, that you feel like you have purpose, that you feel loved, is going to make you better for all these people that you're like, it's not about me, it's about you. How are you doing?
You know, you said it in a good way, though. You were saying, don't be egotistical, don't be all those things. To me, I had a hard time with that line.
Yeah.
It was very blurry to me. I was like, don't say a good thing about yourself. Don't say you're good at something. Don't be such an egotistical person. That's not
You're only
what
a
it
man.
is.
You're only a man.
And that's not what it is, but I couldn't see the difference in the line. And just truly giving yourself a compliment, loving yourself, praising yourself, and encouraging yourself is not about ego in a negative way.
No.
So I'm learning. It's hard. It was one of the hardest things, and I just hope you can see there's a line. Don't be scared. It's scary, but don't be scared.
Well, changing things up. Like I said, comfort kills, and comfort is where we all like to be because it's comfortable. It's scary to get out of that. So my next thing, try to find a purpose. We just talked about purpose, but don't think that you're just all of a sudden going to be like, oh, well, I watched this podcast or I read this book and it told me to find purpose and I found it. Yeah, maybe you will. That's awesome.
I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be great. More than likely, that's not going to happen, though. Let's be real. Taking the first step in finding your purpose, that is something glorious. Taking the first step of anything. You know how people win or finish a marathon? Taking the first step. I mean, in all honesty, that mountain that seems massive is going to get done one step at a time.
One step at a time. You know what I want to talk about in discussing purpose? Sometimes it's hard to even narrow it down. It's okay. We are the age that we are in the place that we are, and it's even been really hard for us. Like I said, we've had some really hard life restarts at what you would think is an older age, and it's okay to stop, bring some quiet in, and start to think about things so that you can find what it is. And if you're a religious person, asking God is a good idea. If you're not, having just the quiet meditation time is a really good idea. And just try to start evaluating your life and what makes you happy and what drives you forward. And so that it's a really good step. Find your purpose. And then it's like, where?
Well, and that kind of leads me to my second thing. Get in tune with something bigger than yourself. And I say that now. I used to believe only in the universe. Well, first God, then universe. My spirituality has gone all through craziness. And I think that's kind of how God wants it to be. I've come back to God, thankfully, thanks to her. And that's why I say get in tune with something that's bigger than yourself.
I agree. And of course, because we've come to that together to where we've both decided that that's what speaks to us, our hearts and our souls together in that way, it's really working for us. And at the same time, because everyone is such an individual going on their own journey, whatever it is for you, whether it's mainstream Christianity or something completely different, as long
Spaghetti monster.
as as long as it's in a positive light. I don't know, it has to be a monster.
Well, there is a religion, the flying spaghetti monster.
Oh, I just thought that was random.
No,
oh, really?
100%. There is also the religion of big booties.
What?
100%.
What?
It is federally recognized as a religion. Yes. It's crazy. It's wild.
as long as whatever that is to you is pulling you in a positive direction, because there's people, we've talked about meditation, and like I said, that can be or interpreted in several different ways. What if that's peace? What if that's connection to the earth? What if that, whatever that is for you, because it's so individual, as long as there's something that's guiding you and is in such a forward moving motion.
Now, I'm curious because I'm still learning religion, especially Mormonism, LDS and stuff. Can meditation not be used to be more in tune with God? Like, hey, I'm going to be silent so that your message can come clearly to me.
So specifically that question in relation to the way I was raised and what I learned in Mormonism, it was don't use meditation instead of, because prayer is such a powerful tool. So prayer being the priority, making God your center focus, and drawing from that power is the most sacred. So meditation, because we believe in God, is don't do meditation instead and just be like, yeah, I don't know, and like, here it is. But what if that's right for someone? What if they're on their journey and they don't know that? So that's why I've said I hesitated to bring that up in a couple of episodes, because I don't want it to look like, oh, well, I just burn the sage and the incense and do the thing and touch a flower, and then I meditate, and that's where my power came from, was from that, not for me personally. So I think for me and myself, it's using those things in combination that works the best for me, because sometimes you need to pray, and then sometimes you need to just listen.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was going to ask. So, like, prayer during chaos, you're having a really crappy day, things are falling apart around you, this is going wrong, that's going wrong, and you're just like, God, please make this stop, please, please. Like, it's chaotic, and you're asking for mercy. But, okay, let's say you're having a normal day. There's no chaotic prayer or anything, and I think being able to slow down, meditate, clear out everything in your mind, and be basically open, 100% open, with a clear path for yourself, not for God, but for yourself to receive Him.
Yes, and I think that is what I'm learning is an important part of one half, because usually we're praying when we need something.
Yeah, and that's one thing that gratitude, I'm telling you, is so helpful on so many levels, because whenever you pray because everything is bad, then you're thinking about the problem. But whenever you can pray with thankfulness of, a lot of people do it around food, Lord, we thank you for coming, watching over us, doing this good, this good, this good, this good. And it could be something as small as, Lord, thank you for giving me a warm shower. Thank you for giving me clean clothes. I appreciate the vehicle that you give me to get back and forth to work.
Being grateful to be able to be well enough to go to work.
Yeah, to have a healthy body, for letting me wake up this morning. Thank you.
And then, in those times, sometimes we could sit in that gratefulness and just let that be an open channel of gratefulness and peace and happiness, and just maybe showing that we appreciate all that we have. And then in those times when we're asking for something, ask. Maybe we need to take a little minute just to listen.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we should be afraid to ask. Of course not. But I think we need to appreciate what we have, because more than likely we did ask for this way back in the day, whenever you were a kid growing up. Oh, I can't wait till I have my own house. Okay, you got your own house. Guess what? There's bills, there's mortgage, there's upkeep, but you got a house. But all of a sudden, oh, God, the garbage disposal is clogged up again. I always got to fix this garbage disposal. This is stupid, blah, blah, blah. You got a house. Hold up now. You asked for a house. That's what you got. Well, I'm going to get my own car. Man, insurance is high because I'm a young kid with a very powerful car, and gas is this. And hey, you got a car. Remember what you have. Usually, if you think back far enough, we get what we've asked for. That thing may not be glorious as you thought it was. It may not be the greener other side that you thought it was going to be. It may not fix all your problems like you thought it was going to be. Usually we get what we want. In all honesty, well, oh my, like right now you probably getting a paycheck, and it's probably more money than what you had a while ago. Well, then you started spending it, and now you've got more payments, and now all of a sudden, oh, I'm always broke. Oh, I just want more money. Well, then you got more money, and then you started spending more money.
And then you're at work more.
And you're at work more, and it kind of snowballs. So,
Guys, we don't have any of this thing called life figured out by any means.
Yeah.
But the reason we wanted to discuss this today, share a little bit about ourselves, not too much. This isn't a cry fest. That's my first podcast. But there's so much that's happened. Like I said before, we've had a restart in life. Hayden, you would say your big restart for you was
getting divorced and getting fired from my business partner thing. Started a business with a guy, and he decided because he was the financial backer, he can fire me. And my wife was not a great person, and I decided I'm going to divorce her. This was not in that same order, but it was at the same time. Really crazy change of events. And I moved states. Massive changes, one after another, one after the other, one after the other. And I think whenever I finally decided that I'm not going to deal with what was happening to me, God was like, hey, he's doing something. He's making actions. He has actually decided mentally to change. I'm going to change everything. And since then, I have met Emily here, who is an amazing person, and I'm very happy to have found. Never would have found you if I was still with my ex. The life coaching. I don't think I would have been in the position of, hey, you can do something greater than just a dealership.
I hope you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Let's just say I'm 10 years younger than you are.
Exactly. And so this, for him, we were discussing this the other day. This was his big change and bunch of events and his shift in life. And I said, man, I wish I could say I only had one. Because when I was his age,
you're just
then,
more advanced than
I'm
me.
A little more advanced. I'm the deluxe version.
There you go.
Whenever I was his age, I went through my first big, huge life change like that, getting divorced and not having worked outside of the home since I was 18 years old, and having to start life over, start a financial life, and do all these things with young kids at home. Okay. Wrap up that piece right there. Then, right before I meet Hayden, I get another one.
Well, a year or two before meeting me.
Right. So it was, but in the gap, it was, 8 to 10 years later. And here I am doing it all again. And so I feel like I had another hard restart, like I'm a computer, and had to be hard restart again. And I will say, now being on the other side of it, it's what was supposed to happen. I was being blessed by things changing. Things were not going in a good direction, and I didn't know how to save myself from it. And so I was being saved and being given a new opportunity.
Being forged through fire.
Yes, and now that I can be on this side of it and having practiced working on my mental health and getting to a better place, I'm grateful for it now. And I know that's so weird to say that, but I'm really, truly grateful that this hard restart happened so that I could be here today. So having a positive spin on anything that you've been through, anything, we can look at it in a positive way, and changing your perspective on the way anything that's happened to you has come into your life. Not saying everything's great and you'd be like, I'm so glad my dog got ran over. No, not at all.
I'm not saying that. You can be sad.
Yes. Yeah. And it's not living in a fake reality.
Yeah.
But learning to take a more positive view on the things that have happened in life and the opportunity that lies ahead really changes your mindset and really can help you just have a lot better overall mental health. And I'm so glad to be this version of myself because someone reached out and said, and really the capability to actually changes in here.
Yeah.
And just having some questions, some talks, some help, some direction without someone saying, here's your plan, I'm writing it down for you and you do this, but helping to discover that myself through our process has been really great. And you know what? There's, as much as I'm thinking about myself, my own healing, my own mental health and well-being, I want nothing more than for anybody else out there to have exactly the same thing. We all deserve to be happy.
Yeah.
Are we thinking of
Liberals.
We're trying to put into practice some of the things that we brought up. I really hope that maybe we touched on even just one thing for someone else.
Yeah. This, like I said, one of these things may be something that hits for you. All of these things may not be right for you.
Yeah.
But hey, if for some reason we're able to help one person, and I'm not saying, oh my God, I had an epiphany. Maybe it's, I'll try that. And you do it and it works for you. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
That's
It
awesome.
is amazing. Tell us if you want to. Don't tell us.
Yeah.
Do your own thing. Make your own goals. Say, hey, you know what? They didn't even bring this up and I did this and I feel great. Do that. Do that and share it with others and just be the best version of you. And you know who I'm talking to out there? Also myself. So I'm going to watch this. Yes. I'm saying that because I can't just be a preachy person and then just be a sad, don't practice what I preach on the other side. This is really hard to do, but you are important. You are important, not just the people you care about around you. Help yourself. You're able to help other people more. It's hard to make changes, but it really could be the best thing because we don't know how many days that we have on this earth or with the people that are around us. And I really think that we should make the best of every minute that we have.
Yeah.
So I didn't cry fully on this episode, but I tend
really
to do
good.
that.
You held it together.
I know. You know what? It's hard because we prepare for this and then sometimes he says things and it just totally gets me.
Because I'm a jerk.
Yeah. He's like, it'd
Yeah.
be funny if her mascara was running like this.
You know what? I'm going to say something that's just like, I'm going to make her cry.
And he'd be like, Team Jacob. Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, God. Oh. Star Wars wasn't that good. I'm more of a fan of Star Trek.
Boy, we can't even start with that right now. No, I cover it. No, it's banned. It's banned from the podcast. Okay, guys, we could sit around here and joke like this all the time. Please take care of yourself. Please love yourself. Please join us for more podcasts like this. We'll probably expand on this sometimes. And then sometimes just watch our funny stuff.
Yeah.
Because
we
we're
may
funny.
just do stupid stuff. You know what? We may just do stupid stuff. Just for fun.
Of course. Because you know what? This is how well-rounded we are. We can't be this serious all the time.
Absolutely not. It's not good for my mental health.
Oh, for you. There you go. Clip that for the TikTok. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We really enjoy doing this, not only for us, but so that we can reach out and have people, just listen to what we have to say. So thank you so much for spending your time with us. And that's it for the Disco Ball Discourse.
Peace, love, and happiness, y'all.
Bye. I saw it this time.